Hey, Troy here from BJB. Let's imagine for a minute you're an entrepreneur who has a great idea for custom fidget spinners. The 3D printed samples you made look cool, but they don't have the aesthetic or the durability you need. Plus, they take time to print, and you have to hand finish each prototype. You want to sell these items, but you're still testing the market and can't justify going to injection molds just yet. Is there a way to use my 3D printer and some basic tools to pull this off in a short to medium run production? The answer is yes. And this is exactly how product development has been playing out for the last several decades. But now, far more small businesses and individuals have access to inexpensive 3D printers, so you can innovate and produce much easier than ever before. While this specific scenario is fictional, this is a daily conversation BJB has with many of its customers. So if you want to learn what happens beyond 3D printing, get ready as BJB continues to take the mystery out of materials. We start out by modeling our design, which can be as easy as using an open source software like Tinkercad if the geometry is simple enough. We then import the models into our printer slicing engine. In this case, we're using Formlab's Preform to prepare printing on the high-resolution Form 2 SLA printer. As the lasers do their magic in a vat of goo, a few hours later, we've grown our patterns in which we'll make our molds from. Post-processing is straightforward with a quick alcohol bath to remove uncured resin. And then the parts go into a UV chamber to make sure they're strong and ready to handle. When the parts are done soaking in all those UV rays, remove the support structures in preparation of finishing the surfaces. Because the parts are printed at high resolution, a quick wet sanding is all that's needed to ensure a nice smooth surface. Using BJB's high build primer, we seal the printed parts. Sanding between coats improves the surface quality even more. Finally, we add a high-gloss clear coat, which will be reproduced in our molds later. Now, it's time to mount the patterns to a flat board. We're going to keep things simple and make a one-piece open-top mold. The patterns are lightly bonded to the board with BJB's cyanoacrylate glue. A mold box is fitted around the patterns to contain our liquid molding silicone and hot glued to the board. We're showing a couple simple ways to construct a mold box, but there are many other methods as well. Time to measure our 2-part liquid silicone mold material and then mix. Silicone is an incredibly versatile mold material that is quick and easy to use. It produces highly detailed, non-stick molds. To help yank out all those bubbles we mixed in, a quick trip into a vacuum chamber ensures an air-free mold. This is an optional step, but it gives the best results. Time to pour our liquid silicone over the patterns. Notice we didn't spray any mold release. That's because silicone doesn't stick to clean, smooth surfaces. After a few hours, we can begin demolding the silicone mold and see how it turned out. Mold number 1 looks great. Let's see how mold number 2 looks. Fantastic, and the flex will help pop out cast parts. Any loose flashing can quickly be addressed with some sandpaper. Before we start casting polyurethane into the molds, a light spray of mold release will ensure parts come out easier and the mold lasts longer. Now, we can pour a huge assortment of BJB's castable urethanes into our mold to experiment with color combos, flexibilities, clear systems with unique additives, glow-in-the-dark powders. Who would want one of those? Imagine the variety of materials, colors, and properties that can be made from a simple silicone mold. You could make dozens and dozens of these in a short turnaround for very low R&D and tooling costs. So if you're wondering how to navigate the space between prototypes and full-blown production, this is a great process to know about. They don't teach this in engineering or business schools, but our industry has helped bring countless new products and developments to market because of it. And the fact it's very complementary to 3D printing is even more exciting to know we're educating a whole new crop of innovators, students, and industry players. So please, if you want to learn more about this process and the materials BJB offers, be sure to check out our website and YouTube tutorials. Our technical knowledge of the materials and process has helped thousands of small businesses to big-name Fortune 500 companies bridge this gap in manufacturing, and you have the power to do so as well. Feel free to ask any questions or contact us for help. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out other videos from BJB and subscribe to our channel to see the best mold making tutorials on YouTube.